this story in Israel, as well as being horrific, the idea that 3 people were gunned down at a bus stop, including a 24-year-old pregnant woman, it's understood, as well as being just horrendous for the people involved, it also shows what a remarkable state of affairs it is that you have the Israeli state negotiating with a terrorist group who is sort of has hostages, is continuing to kill them and continues to want to kill them, and Israel wants to continue its war against Hamas, and yet they're still somehow able to negotiate the release of hostages. So Israel is negotiating with terrorists who it says, once you've done what we want, which is to return our hostages, we're going to come back and try and kill you again. I mean, it's extraordinary, isn't it, Emma?
It's a terribly fragile kind of truce, as it you know, the ceasefire every day seems to be broken. Yesterday it was on, and as you say, you know, 3 people gunned down in Jerusalem at a bus stop. So, I mean, every day, every hour that any kind of truce holds, every hostage that is released has to be celebrated.
But imagine what it's like. Imagine what it is like for those male hostages who are still being held in captivity. It is believed, if all the hostages were transferred as they were supposed to yesterday, that now all women and children have been handed back over to Israel, apart from that mother and those 2 young children who Hamas claims have been killed, and the IDF is trying to establish whether that's correct or not. But all those male hostages who are still in captivity, and their parents love their sons as much as they love their daughters.
And we believe there are 126 men or thereabouts. Men are seen to be the collateral damage in this.
I just want to make an important point. There is a big spread in the papers this morning about the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Gaza. And if anyone watching today is in any doubt that Israel is killing too many innocents, and what a phrase that is in itself, just listen to Israel's staunchest ally, which is America. The Secretary of State, their most senior diplomat, Anthony Blinken, is saying that Israel needs to do more to protect civilian lives, which suggests, if America is saying it, that they're not doing nearly enough.
Yeah, the tone very much shifted. We were putting that to our last guest, but Benjamin Netanyahu saying that we resume, and our intention is the same, to eradicate Hamas. But the situation in the south of Gaza has to be different, doesn't it? Emma, we have this huge, dense population of civilians.
And that's what Hamas have always counted on, is using those civilians as a human shield, embedding themselves firmly in Gaza. And however this plays out, there's no answer to the question, well, what happened? When do you say, oh, Hamas have been eliminated? Because that's not measurable, you know?
It's an ideology. It's an ideology, exactly.
It's an ideology, but also they melt away, they hide in hospitals, they hide, you know, wherever. They go abroad, they come back. When do you say this is over? How does this play out?
What I think we can be clear about, it is not enough, and it has never been enough for Israel simply to say that because Hamas undoubtedly use innocent civilians, and children, no doubt, as human shields, that doesn't and shouldn't give them carte blanche to do what they want in Gaza. And if the figures are to be believed, something like 1.7 million people have been displaced out of 2.3 million. It is almost impossible to get our heads around that. And everyone has been squashed into the south of Gaza, and our understanding Israel is now going to start attacking the south of Gaza. Goodness knows what will happen to those people.